Okay, today we're going to learn the basic fundamentals about solving a 3x3 cube. Okay, if you have a cube already and it's scrambled, don't worry, we're going to get to how to solve it using what's called the beginner's method. Okay, there are several different methods in solving cubes. This one I just feel is the simplest. So let's go ahead and get started talking about the basic fundamentals of the cube. Okay, it's important to get to know your cube before you start unscrambling. A lot of us look at a cube and we think faces of the cube and how to get a face solved. But using this method, we're actually going to be solving the cube in layers. So think about maybe a sandwich. Okay, we have a bottom layer, a middle layer, and the top layer. Okay, so we are actually going to be solving the cube in layers. Okay, the other thing we want to think about is pieces on our cube. Okay, so our cube has a centerpiece, which is the very center of the cube. Now this piece does not move. Okay, we have the center of the cube. If we take the cube apart, it looks like this. Okay, these are called centerpieces. They only have one sticker on them. Okay, so these are all centerpieces. Okay, the next thing we want to look at when getting to know our cube is corner pieces. Okay, so if we look at the cube like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are corner pieces. Each corner piece has 3 stickers on it. Okay, this is a corner piece, this is a corner piece, this is one, and this is one. We flip it and same goes for each side. Okay, those are corner pieces. If we were to take apart our cube, this is what a corner piece would look like. Okay, and it could be in different colors, but it always has 3 colors. Okay, so if you find a piece on your cube with 3 stickers or 3 colors, you know that's a corner piece. Okay, so these are basic concepts that are very important to learn before solving the cube. So again, we have our center pieces, okay, on all the sides. You touch them right in the middle. Then we have our corners. Okay, and there are pieces with 3 stickers. Okay. Okay. Next thing we need to learn is what's called our edge pieces. Okay, edge pieces only have 2 stickers on them. Okay, centerpiece has 1 sticker, corners have 3, edges only have 2 stickers. This one has bright orange and blue. This edge has bright green and orange. Can you find the edge here? Bright green and white. Okay, so those are our edges. If we take apart the cube, an edge piece is going to look like this. This edge only has red and blue. Okay, red and blue. So only 2 colors. This is an edge piece. Our corner had 3 stickers on it, 3 colors on it. And again, our centers only have 1. Okay, so get to know your cube. Identify centerpieces on every facing side. Identify your corners. And identify your edge pieces. Okay. okay? This concept was hard for me to learn when I was first starting to learn how to solve the cube, our edge pieces, okay? Okay. Okay, now that we have a scrambled cube, where do we begin? We already know what our corners are, our edges, and our centerpiece. Okay, so we have a scrambled cube. Our first step in solving this cube is going to be solving the white cross. Okay, so it's basically going to look like a cross that's all white. So how do we solve a white cross? We start by having our yellow centerpiece up, so pointing up, okay? Next, we're gonna do what's called the daisy method. Now, the daisy method is basically making this top face looking like a daisy flower. So when we're done, it should look something like this, okay? So you see you have your yellow centerpiece and your white daisy petals, and it's going to be pointing up. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our daisy. This is step number 1. So let's take our scrambled cube. Doesn't matter how it's scrambled, just be sure your yellow centerpiece is pointing up. Okay, so we're going to identify our edge pieces. Remember, our edges are the pieces with the 2 stickers. We're going to identify all of our white edges. I already have one right here next to my yellow, so that's good. Where is my next one? Okay, I see one right here. This is an edge piece. How do I get it to the top? I'm going to hold this piece to my right side. I'm going to turn down once, turn around and scoot it all the way to the top. Okay, now I have 2 petals where I need them. I need to get these 2 white edge pieces. So I'm gonna look for them. Where are my edge pieces? I see them. They're right here on the bottom of my cube. Okay, so I'm going to turn my cube once on the bottom layer, scoot it all the way to the top, and it landed right where it needed to go. That doesn't always happen. Here's another one, edge piece on the bottom. It needs to go right over here. So I'm gonna turn my piece right here, here it is, and scoot it up. Perfect. Okay, so we now have our daisy, okay? So if I were you, I would stop, pause the video, and practice getting your white edges oriented to surround your yellow centerpiece. Okay. Okay, so once you have your daisy, you're gonna continue holding yellow centerpiece up, okay? Now it's time to line up our white petals to their proper centerpiece, okay? So this white petal has a green sticker on the other side. So I'm going to find the green centerpiece. So I'm going to turn the bottom 2 layers right there. And don't worry about this bottom piece. We're just lining up white petal, this green edge to this green centerpiece. That's all we're worried about, okay? Now once we have that lined up, we are going to turn our facing layer down 2 times. 1 and 2. Okay. Turn your cube. Look at your next white petal. We need to orient this blue sticker here to its blue centerpiece. So again, I just twist my bottom layers. There's that blue centerpiece. Perfect. You've got white petal, blue, and blue. That's all we want. Turn this facing layer down 2 times. So that's 1 and 2. Okay, let's keep looking. We have another white petal here, and look, it's already oriented to its orange centerpiece. Perfect. Skipped a step. So we go 1 and 2. Okay, one more petal left on the top right here, and it's got a red sticker. Okay, where is that red centerpiece? There it is. Okay, so again, don't worry about this bottom layer. We're just looking at red centerpiece, red edge, white petal. We got to twist that petal so it goes underneath. 1 and 2. Okay, all of our white petals are gone. There's no more white petals. So now if you turn your cube upside down, there's that white cross, okay? That's step number 1, making the white cross. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have our white cross on the underside, we're gonna keep it on the underside, okay? We are gonna continue to hold our cube yellow side facing up the entire time we solve the cube, okay? Next step is corners, okay? So we remember what our corners are. Here's a corner, here's a corner, okay? We went over corners at the beginning. So what we're gonna do is look for any corner that has a white sticker. If your corner has a yellow sticker, we're gonna ignore it, okay? I see a corner right here with a white sticker, okay? That one has a yellow sticker, we're gonna ignore it. This one has a yellow, that one has a yellow. Let's go back to this one with the white sticker. Okay, so we are gonna do an algorithm called a right trigger. Okay, this algorithm along with the left trigger is very commonly used in solving the cube. Okay, so I'm gonna put this cube down for just a second and grab a solved cube to show you what the right trigger is gonna look like. Okay, so here's a solved cube. This is a right trigger move. You're gonna put 3 fingers right here, hold one thumb on the bottom, and we're gonna go right side, this is a right side, up. Top layer is gonna go to the left, right side down, and top layer is gonna go right back over to the right, okay? We're gonna do that again. Right side up, top layer to the left, right side down, top layer to the right. Pause the video and practice that. Make sure 3 fingers are on top, thumb on the bottom. It helps with turning. Up, my index finger is ready to spin it to the left. Down, this index finger is ready to scoot it back over to the right, okay? Now if we do that move 6 times in a row, it's gonna get us right back to the beginning. Keep going. There you go, right back to the beginning, okay? So that was called your right trigger. Now, it's also very important to learn the left trigger. So you're gonna have to learn how to do that same set of 4 moves, but with the left hand, okay? So again, I put my 3 fingers on the top, thumb on the bottom, get a good grip with my right hand, and I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna push with this index finger, push 1 time toward the right side, down, and then with this index finger, scoop my top layer back over towards the left. So let's do that again. Okay. And there you go. Okay, so we have right trigger, left trigger. Okay, pause the video and go ahead and practice those moves. Okay, let's get back to our solve. Remember, yellow centerpiece is always going to be facing up, okay? We want to get our corners with our white stickers, we want to get them underneath, because we want to solve this white face here, Okay, so I see one right here. Okay. All right, so I've identified a white sticker, and its other two stickers are orange and green. Okay, so I'm gonna look for an orange and green centerpiece. I see an orange centerpiece here and a green centerpiece here. So this corner is actually in the correct position already. Sometimes it's not, but it just so happens to be. So I'm gonna do a right trigger move, up, to the left, down, to the right. I've moved that down here, but it's not quite to exactly where it needs to be. So I'm gonna keep doing the right trigger move until it is in the right position, or I should say the correct position. So up, to the left, down, back to the right. It's not there yet. Up, right, up. There it goes. Okay. So that piece went exactly where it needed to go. Okay, now let's take a look at our cube. I see a white corner right here. Let's go ahead and move that one to the bottom. So, white sticker, red sticker, blue sticker. Let's identify where the red and blue centerpieces are. They're way over here. There's a red centerpiece and a blue centerpiece. So that corner needs to be twisted to be oriented right in the middle of those two. There it goes. Okay, so we have red, white, blue, and it needs to go right in between these two centerpieces. Okay, it's okay if they're flipped. If red was here and blue is on here, that's okay. We just want them to be in the middle of their two centerpieces. So let's right trigger. Oh, and it went right in. Did you see that? It's right here where it needs to be. Okay, perfect. Let's keep going. We have another white corner, green and red. Let's find green and red. There it goes. There's a green, there's a red. Here's our corner. So let's do our right trigger. Let's do it again. Keep going. We want this white face to be underneath here. And this will get easier. Takes some practice. There it goes. Okay, it's in it. One left. See that corner right there? That needs to be white. So we have white, orange, and blue. We are going to look for our orange and blue centerpieces. Here we go. Here's an orange centerpiece and a blue. Let's take a look at those corner colors. Yes, we are in the right spot. Let's do our right trigger move. Almost. One more. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so now let's look at our cube. We shouldn't have any more white corners. They should be all gone. Take a look at the underside. We have solved our white underside. Okay, and like we said at the beginning, we are solving this cube in layers. So not only do we have our white underside solved, we also have our complete bottom layer solved, if you notice. Okay, so everybody's cube, even though they're scrambled differently, should have bottom layer solved, white underside, and be sure that your centerpieces are all matched up still. Okay, green centerpiece with green edge. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next step. So now we have the corners. All the corners are done. We are on the next step, which is solving the second layer. Okay, the second layer is this entire middle layer. When we're done with this step, your middle layer is going to be solved. Okay, and it's okay if you feel lost, just work on your daisy and work on your corners for now. Okay, So second layer, remember yellow side is up, okay? For the second layer, we're gonna look at our top edges. This is an edge, this is an edge, there's an edge, and there's an edge. However, we are going to ignore any edges that have a yellow sticker, so we're gonna ignore that one. This one does not have a yellow sticker, so let's pay attention to this edge right here. We have green and red. So what I want you to do is find an edge that does not have a yellow sticker and line up the sticker to its centerpiece. So I have red right here, so I'm gonna line up red. I should have an upside down T, which I do. I'm gonna look to my very top of that red sticker and identify what color it is. In this case, it's green. I'm gonna say, where is my green centerpiece? It's over here, to my right side, okay? Sometimes it might be to the left, but right now it's to the right. So I'm gonna do what's called a right swap, okay? And I'm gonna go slow on this one. And we're gonna do an algorithm for the right swap. And you can take notes and write it down. There's also an algorithm for the left swap, okay? Okay, so for the right swap, we're gonna go top layer away from that green centerpiece, right side up, top layer back toward the right, right side down. We're gonna go top layer toward the right, move your front face down, top layer to the left, and your facing layer, the layer facing you, is just gonna go down one, okay? So that put that edge where we need it to be. Okay, let's identify another edge. There's one right there, and it's already lined up. We have our upside down T. There's an orange piece on top of this edge. So we say, where is the orange? Orange is right here, okay, to our left. So we're gonna do what's called a left swap, okay? I'm gonna go slow. So we're gonna start by pushing our top layer away from this orange side. Top layer is gonna go toward the right one time. Now with my left hand, I'm gonna do my left side up one time, top layer toward the left, left side down, top layer back toward the left. My facing layer is gonna go down, my top layer goes to the right, and my facing layer is gonna go right back up, okay? And we got that edge in there, right here, okay? All right, let's identify another edge without yellow. Uh-oh, this is a case where all of our edges have yellow. That one has yellow, that one has yellow, that one has yellow, and that one has yellow, okay? So, where is my edge? Do you guys see it? It's right here. We need to get that out of there. So in order to do that, we're gonna hold it to our right side and we're gonna do the right swap algorithm. Right swap. So top layer goes to the left, right side up, back to the right, right side down, top layer goes to the right, facing layer goes down, top layer to the left, and facing layer goes down. Okay, so now we should have knocked that edge piece out. There it is. It's right here. And look, it's already lined up for you. We have our upside down T. We've got orange on the top. Where's our orange? It's to my right, so I'm gonna do a right swap. Ready for the right swap? Start by pushing top layer away from that orange side. Use your right hand because orange is on the right side. Right side up, over to the right, right side down, to the right. Facing layer goes down. Push that top layer over to the left and bring that facing layer back up. Okay, so you guys, oh, what happened? We have one more unsolved edge. Okay, that's okay. We need to line up this red piece to its red center. There it is. Okay, got our upside down T, looks good. Blue on the top, blue's over to my left, so I'm gonna do a left swap. Left swap goes top layer away from that blue. Left side goes up. Top layer goes back over. Left side goes down. Top layer goes back over. Turn that layer down. Top layer over and back. Okay. Now you should have a complete second layer and your white bottom should still be solved. Okay. Awesome. Next step is our yellow cross. So let's look on the top. We don't have a yellow cross. If we did, this would be yellow and this would be yellow. That's okay. We're going to work on solving the yellow cross. So once you have bottom two layers solved, which we do, we need to figure out the yellow cross. So there's going to be different cases. Sometimes, I'm going to put this one down, you might have a case where your bottom two layers are solved, but you only have one dot in the middle. Okay, we'll put that one right here. Next, you might have a case where your bottom two layers are solved, but you have 3 dots here, a centerpiece and 2 edges. Our last case is you might have your layers solved, your bottom 2 layers, and a horizontal line that's yellow. Okay, neither one of those are crosses on the top, but those are the 3 cases that you might run into. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to solve each case. All right, we'll start with the easiest. If you're lucky enough to have a yellow line, horizontal line, this is the easiest case. You're gonna hold the cube so that the yellow line is horizontal, not vertical, horizontal. Okay, and it's still gonna be yellow side up. Okay, so if this is your case, all you're gonna do is turn the facing layer down 1 time. Then we're gonna do our right trigger move 1 time. Up, to the left, down, to the right. Then you're gonna orient your face back up. Now you should have a cross. Okay, here's our next case. So if this is your case, you notice we have our yellow centerpiece and 2 edges. It's very important that you hold those 2 edges to your upper left, okay? Don't hold it like this. Hold it to your upper left. Okay, so now that it's to our upper left, we're gonna turn our facing layer down 1 time, but we're gonna do 2 of those trigger moves. Up, to the left, down, to the right. Up, to the left, down, and to the right. Okay, once you've done those, don't forget to turn your face layer back up, and you have a cross. Don't worry about these corners, you have a cross. Okay. Now, if this is your case where you don't have edges, you don't have a horizontal line, but you do have your yellow centerpiece, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn our facing layer down once. We're gonna do our 2 right trigger moves. Ready? one. That's two. Now let's go ahead and move that face back up and look. We have a horizontal yellow line. So we're gonna do exactly what we did for the first one, was hold it horizontal, not vertical, horizontal. Turn our facing layer down one time and do our right trigger move. And just one time. Turn that facing layer back up and you should have a cross, okay? So those are your three cases. All three of them now have second layers solved and they all have crosses on the top. So let's get back to our original solve. Okay, so here we are. This is our cube that we've been working on. And as you can see, we don't have a horizontal line. We don't have just a single dot, but we do have two edges. Edge here, edge here. Don't worry about these corners. Ignore the corners. We have edges. So, can you remember what we need to do? Turn your facing layer down one time and do your right trigger move. Right side up, top layer to the left, right side down, top layer to the right. And don't forget to turn that face right back up to its original position. Now we have a horizontal line. So we can do it again. Down, do that trigger move, or we could have just done it twice the first time. It's okay, but we have our cross. Okay, we have our cross. So now everybody should have a white bottom, complete second layers solved, and a yellow cross on the top, okay? Next step, we have to line up edges. So let's take a look. Do you have any edges and centerpieces already matching? You can turn the top layer and check. I've got a green there. Nope, just a green. I'm gonna keep turning it. I've got an orange here. Those don't match. Those don't match. These do. So I've got blues that line up and I've got oranges that line up. You're always gonna have at least two that line up, okay? If you're lucky, you'll have all of them that line up and then you skip this step. But in this case, we have two, okay? And they're right next to each other. Sometimes they're gonna be opposite of each other. So sometimes they're gonna be right here, but in this case, they're right next to each other. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold one of these solved edges to the back and one to the right. So you can't see them. One's right here and one is back here. Okay, so you're always gonna hold one to the back where you can't see it and one to your right. And you're gonna do this algorithm, okay? It's gonna go right side up, top layer to the left, right side down, top layer to the left, right side up, top layer is gonna move once to the right and twice to the right. You should have a white line right here. That's how I always check if I'm doing it right. And that is gonna go down. Perfect, okay? Now try lining up your layers. Ooh, that lined up, that lined up, and that lined up. Okay, and again, like I said before, if you have a case where those lines are opposite of each other, you're still gonna do the same algorithm. You might have to do it 2 times, but they should line up. Okay, this is good. So now we have our bottom white face, top 2 layers, we still have our yellow cross, and we have our edges lined up on every side. But we have these corners right here that don't look right, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna orient these corners so that they're in the right position, okay? There's another algorithm that you're gonna have to memorize, okay? Well, first let's start by asking ourselves, are there any corners that are in the right spot? And there is this one right here. Do you see that? This one belongs there. It's got blue to blue, red to red. This one definitely is not. Okay, green and orange and blue. That one actually, nope, it is not. That's not orange. Okay, so this corner's in the wrong spot, correct spot. So if you have one in the correct spot, that's awesome. If not, it's not a big deal. If you have one in the correct spot, you're gonna start with that corner on your right side, okay? And you're gonna do this algorithm. Yellow side is still facing up, okay? You're gonna go top layer to the left, right side up, top layer back to the right. Then you're gonna use your left hand and go left side up, top layer to the left, right side down, top layer to the right, and left side. This white line always indicates it needs to go down. Okay, now ask yourself, do I have any corners in the right spot? This one still is. This one is not, and this one is not. Okay, so let's go back to our corner that is in the right spot. Let's do that algorithm again. Top layer to the left, up to the right, left side up to the left, right side down, top layer to the right and down. Okay, I've got this corner looks good, that looks good. Even though this might look a little strange to you, this corner is still in the right spot because you have orange, green, orange, green. So this is a good corner. This is a good corner. You see that? Red, green, red, green. Even though it's flipped, they're still where you want them to be. So we still have our white bottom, we still have our 2 layers, we still have our cross, we still have our edges lined up. We just need to get these corners flipped. Okay, so now that they're oriented to the proper spots, we need to do this algorithm. Okay, this is the very last step in solving your cube. Okay, we're gonna go down. So actually I should say whichever corner you're gonna solve. So I'm gonna solve this one first. We're gonna put it to our right side here, and we're gonna do this algorithm. Down 1. Now I'm gonna turn this bottom layer to my left. Did you guys see that? I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again so you can see it. Down, bottom layer goes to the left. I'm bringing this whole right side back up, and this layer is gonna go to the right. I'm gonna do that again until that corner is flipped. Right side down, bottom layer to the left, right side up, bottom layer back to the right. Keep going. Down, to the left, up, to the right. Down, to the left, up, to the right. And it went right in. Now you guys might say, oh my gosh, we scrambled the whole cube. It's okay. You didn't. You got that corner where it needs to be. Don't worry about this mess that looks a little scrambled right now. Okay? Now what you're gonna do is only turn this top layer here so that this corner is on your right side. Okay? And we're gonna do that algorithm again. Down, bottom layer goes to the left, up, bottom layer goes to the right. Down, to the left, up, to the right. You guys look at there. And there you have it. A solved cube. You did it! And then you do the happy dance. Yay! Keep practicing. I know it seems a little intimidating, but as soon as you memorize all of the algorithms, it really isn't that bad. and it's a lot of fun. And then you get to learn new algorithms and speed up your times. And in no time, you'll be a speed cuber.